Hello viewers, hope you all are fine. So this is Dr. Sudha and today I welcome you all to a new video of your AECC 1 Environment Study and Disaster Management, a compulsory paper. And as you know that we have already covered 3 units of our Environment Study and Disaster Management paper. And from today onwards we will start the unit 4 classes. Okay, so today is the first class of unit 4 in which we will discuss about non-communicable diseases, which will be particularly based on cardiovascular disease and cancer. Okay, so before going to the topic, I would like to request you all, those who are new to my channel or already watching my videos but till yet not subscribe my channel, so please subscribe the channel and share among your friends so that your friends can be benefited. And on the other hand, here I will again like to introduce something that you know that it is one compulsory paper and you have to appear 2 examinations. One is internal and another is your semester examination. So internal examination of 20 marks and semester examination of 80 marks, in which you will face 1 mark question, 2 mark question. Okay, and other patterns are there. I have already shared it in my previous videos. You may go to my channel, that is Environ World for Students. Okay, and in that channel you will get different playlists and you can watch each and every video which is based on the contents of your this compulsory paper. Okay, so without any further delay, let us discuss about our class. So before going to discuss the detail, I would like to explain you regarding communicable disease. So what do you mean by communicable disease and non-communicable diseases? So communicable disease means the diseases those can be transferred from one infected person to one healthy person. Okay, and the non-communicable disease means there are also some diseases those cannot be transferred from one infected person to the healthy person. That those are known as non-communicable diseases. And we have several types of non-communicable diseases, out of which cardiovascular disease, cancer, obesity. Okay, there are several non-communicable diseases which we will discuss one after another. So in this video particularly we will focus on cardiovascular. Cardio means you know that heart is related to cardiovascular and cancer. Okay, so you know cancer is nowadays a big or a huge and more spreading disease in whole world. Okay, so now we will discuss what are these diseases. So here you see what do we mean by non-communicable diseases. As I just told you that non-communicable diseases is a disease caused due to multiple causes and are not passed or transmitted directly or indirectly from person to another by any agency. For example, cancer. And non-communicable diseases is abbreviated by NCDs, is a diseases which are not passed from person to another. Okay, and for example, cancer. Then more than 9 million of all deaths attributed to non-communicable diseases occurs before the age of 60. So before touching the age 60, more than 9 million of all deaths occur due to non-communicable diseases. So around the world, non-communicable diseases affect women and men almost equally. So we can say that the non-communicable diseases are independent of your um, sex, means women and men. Non-communicable disease may affect to any gender. Okay. So here you see there are different factors which lead to non-communicable diseases, like your one is smoking, then unhealthy diets, then physical inactivity. Okay, so these different factors, they lead and can cause different types of non-communicable diseases, like your cancer, then other non-communicable diseases, then your heart diseases and stroke of your heart, then chronic lung diseases and diabetes and cancer. So these are the examples of uh, very much spreadable different types of non-communicable diseases. Okay, so non-communicable diseases, also known as chronic diseases. So my dear students or dear viewers, you can do one thing: keep one pen and paper with you and note all these things so that you can prepare a good note, okay, for your upcoming examinations, which will help you a lot for preparing the examination. Okay, so non-communicable diseases, also known as chronic diseases, and tend to be of long duration and are the result of a combination of genetic, physiological, environmental and behavioral factors. Okay, and the main type of non-communicable disease are cardiovascular diseases such as heart attacks and stroke. Okay, then cancers, chronic respiratory diseases such as chronic obstructive pulmonary disease and asthma and diabetes. Okay, so chronic means what? The diseases which are very old. Okay, means it is within you from a very long time period, that is chronic. Okay, then non-communicable diseases disproportionately affect people in low and middle income countries, where more than 3/4 of global non-communicable disease deaths occur. Then non-communicable diseases are diseases that are not spread through infection or through other people but are typically caused by unhealthy behaviors. They are the leading cause of death worldwide and present a huge threat to health and development, particularly in low and middle income countries. Four types of non-communicable diseases account for over two-thirds of deaths globally. Okay, four types of non-communicable diseases account for over two-thirds of death globally. Means in the world, if we will analyze or take the statistics of the death occurred due to different types of diseases, then we will find that major death is occurring due to non-communicable diseases, and that too specifically four types of diseases. What are those? One is your cardiovascular disease, means cardio means heart related. Okay, then your cancer, then diabetes, then chronic respiratory diseases. Okay, so yet these diseases are largely preventable, and 80% of heart diseases, strokes, type 2 diabetes and over one third of cancers can be prevented by cutting out tobacco. Means when we will kill the source, then we can be get healed from these types of diseases. So cutting out tobacco, eating healthy diet, being physically active and stopping harmful use of alcohol, okay, are the only solution to get rid from this non transported disease or non-communicable diseases. Then see here one table or one pie diagram which shows your global burden of disease in developing countries. So you know that according to the economic status, the entire world is divided into different types of countries. Basically three types. One is developed, then your developing, and underdeveloped. Okay, so if we will see the data of developing countries, then global burden of diseases in developing countries. See here what was the data there in 1990 and what was recently in 2020. So survey tells that in 1990 49% diseases were occurred due to infectious diseases in developing countries, and 15%, that means which is in yellow color, okay, 15% occurs due to different types of injuries, okay, and the red mark shows that the percentage of non-communicable diseases, and this orange shows your mental illness. So in 1990 and 2020, if we will compare, then we will find that in 1990 this infectious diseases was more, whereas in 2020 this is reduced from 49% to 22%, whereas this red shows the non-communicable diseases. So the non-communicable diseases has increased almost twice in 2020, that is from 27% in 1990 to 43% in 2020. Okay, so this is the global scenario of burden of disease in different developing countries in 1990 and after 30 years, that is in 2020, means recently. Okay, so you see here non-communicable diseases include cardiovascular disease, then diabetes, then chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, then cancer. So non-communicable diseases, there are different risk factors like your high blood pressure, then physical inactivity, then your obesity, then raised cholesterol. If our cholesterol will increase, then the percentage of affect by non-communicable disease will increase. Then obesity, you know, if we will be more than body mass index, then gradually we will be obese. Okay, then physical inactivity due to advanced technology nowadays, we are very much lazy and not doing any type of physical activity, that leads towards the or affect by non-communicable diseases. Okay, then your high blood pressure, then tobacco use, then alcohol, then raised blood glucose, all these are risk factors to your non-communicable diseases. Okay, and also decreased vegetable and fruit intake, then global status of non communicable or your NDCs. Okay, means non-communicable diseases. So what is the global status? So non-communicable diseases are the leading killer today and are on the increase. Okay, so year by year it is increasing. Nearly 80% of these deaths occurred in low and middle income countries. So non-communicable diseases are the leading cause of death in the world and responsible for 63% of the 57 million deaths that occurred in 2008. Okay, and cardiovascular diseases. So cardiovascular means heart related. So cardiovascular disease is caused by disorders of the heart and blood vessels. and includes coronary heart disease, that is heart attacks, then cerebrovascular disease, that is stroke, then raised blood pressure, that is hypertension, then peripheral artery disease, then rheumatic heart disease, then congenital heart disease and heart failure. All these are cardiovascular related diseases. Then although heart attacks and strokes are major killers in all parts of the world, but 80% of premature deaths from these causes could be avoided by controlling the main risk factors. Those are tobacco, then unhealthy diet and physical inactivity. Okay. Then cardiovascular disease causes more than half of all deaths across the European region. Then 80% of premature heart disease and stroke is preventable. Means if we will change our lifestyle, then 80% of the premature heart diseases, they can be preventable or can be changed. Then cardiovascular disease, how we can prevent it? So focusing on a combination of risk factors for cardiovascular disease. Then implementing medical screening for individuals at risk. Then providing effective and affordable treatment to those who require it. Then effective measures are available for people at high risk. Then for example, combination drug therapy such as aspirin, then beta blocker, then diuretic and statin can lead to a 75% reduction in myocardial infarction, that is heart attack, and among those at high risk of having one. Okay, but many much interventions are not being implemented, and about half of coronary patients in the world still require more intensive blood pressure management. Okay, then now come to your cancer. So as you know that cancer is the what happened in cancer, your cell grow or multiply uncontrolled. Okay, so cancer is nothing but the uncontrolled growth and spread of cells that arises from a change in one single cell. The change may be started by external agents and inherited genetic factors and can affect almost any part of the body. So as we know that the extraordinary growth or uncontrolled growth of our cell can uh, occur in any part of our body, for which we are nowadays suffering by different kinds of your diseases. Okay, means cancer like lung cancer, breast cancer, then your respiratory tract cancer. There are several cancers, means the target organ of cancer. So in any part of the body, cancer can occur. So the transformation from a normal cell into a tumor cell is a multi-stage process where growths often invade surrounding tissue and can metastasize to distant sites. Okay, and now we will discuss that cancer interaction between a person's genetic factors and any of three categories of external agents. So physical carcinogens such as ultraviolet and ionizing radiation or asbestos, then chemical carcinogens such as vinyl chloride or betnaphthenamine. Okay, so both rated by the International Agency for Research into Cancer as carcinogenic components to tobacco smoke, then aflatoxin, a food contaminant, and arsenic, a drink water contaminant, and biological carcinogens such as infections from certain viruses, bacteria, or parasites. Okay, then the majority of cancer death occur due to lung, breast, colorectal, stomach, liver cancers. So, in high income countries, the leading causes of cancer death are due to lung cancer among men and breast cancer among women. Okay. So, in low and middle income countries, cancer levels vary according to the prevailing underlying risk. In sub-Saharan Africa, for example, cervical cancer is the leading cause of cancer death among women. Okay, so this is a data in which part of the country or in which location, which type of cancer is more frequent. Okay, then cancer risk for cancer, what are the risk factors? So as we discussed earlier that the main root causes of cancer is basically the use of tobacco, then leading a unhealthy diet, then insufficient physical activity, the harmful use of alcohol, then infections like your hepatitis B, hepatitis C means liver cancer, the human papillomavirus, then Helicobacter pylori, then radiation, then variety of environmental and occupational exposures of varying importance. Okay, then your what are the cancer policy? Hmm. So WHO, you know that we have one organization, health related organization, that is WHO. Full form is your World Health Organization, isn't it? So World Health Organization approach to cancer has four pillars. Okay. So World Health Organization, WHO, W for world, H for health, and O for organization. Okay. Okay. So look here, WHO's approach to cancer has four pillars, that is prevention, early detection, screening, treatment, then palliative care. Okay, and at least one third of the 10 million new cases of cancer each year are preventable through reducing tobacco use and alcohol use. Okay, and moderating diet and immunizing against viral hepatitis B. Then early detection and prompt treatment where resources allow can reduce incidence by a further one third. Then effective techniques are sufficiently well established to permit comprehensive palliative care for the remaining more advanced cases. Okay. So my dear viewers, these were all for today's discussion or today's lecture, that is which was based on your non-communicable diseases, specifically on cardiovascular and cancer. Okay. So today we will remain here, and before leaving the channel I would definitely would again request you, please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon so that you will get the latest notification regarding my daily upload. Okay, so bye bye and take care.